Welcome to this Q&A. With Christmas now just a few weeks away, I thought I would ask the question, is Christmas in the Bible? The answer may surprise you, but Christmas is not found in the Bible. For where did Christmas then arrive? Where this day has its roots in pagan worship. While traces of its worship go all the way back to Babylon, many of today's traditions were borrowed from Rome. There are three pagan Roman observances or religions that helped solidify Christmas. The first was a feast of Saturnalia. Here's what the Encyclopedia Americana says about this Roman festival. Quote, a Roman festival commemorating the happy period under Saturn, when freedom and equality reigned and violence and oppression were unknown. Under the Caesars, it was celebrated from the 17th to the 23rd of December, during which period public business was closed, masters and slaves changed places, and feasting, giving of gifts, and general license prevailed. Notice the timing of this Roman festival. It was observed from the 17th through the 23rd of December. It was also a happy time to mark with the giving of gifts and other items. Sounds familiar? Or it should. Another observance that helped establish Christmas was the Feast of Sol Invictus. The Encyclopedia Britannica states, during the latter periods of Roman history, sun worship gained in importance and ultimately led to what has been called a solar monotheism. Nearly all the gods of the period were possessed of solar qualities, and both Christ and Mithra acquired the traits of solar deities. The Feast of Sol Invictus, open unconquered sun, on December 25th, was celebrated with great joy, and eventually this date was taken over by the Christians as Christmas, the birthday of Christ. So we see here that Sol Invictus was nothing more than sun worship, this S-U-N worship. Matter of fact, because of this pagan influence, we find that the Messiah acquired during this time, quote, solar qualities. Notice also the date when this feast was observed. It was kept on December 25th. Do you think that it's a coincidence that this pagan Roman feast fell on the same day as Christmas? Or the answer should be obviously no. The last example is an ancient mystery cult that goes all the way back to ancient Persia, which was later adopted by the Romans. It was called Mithraism, and they worshipped a deity called Mithra. Mithra was a warrior deity. For this reason, it was especially popular with the Roman military. As time went on, Mithra increasingly mimicked the Messiah. According to mystery religions in the ancient world, quote, Mithra was the creator and orderer of the universe, hence a manifestation of the creative logos or word. His birth on December 25th or 25 December was witnessed by shepherds. After many deeds, he held a last supper with his disciples and returned to heaven. At the end of the world, he will come again to judge resurrected mankind, and after the last battle, victorious over evil, he will lead the chosen ones through a river of fire to a blessed immortality. We find many similarities here between the Messiah of the New Testament and Mithra, including that both were called the Logos or Logos of the Word. Both were born with shepherds as a witness. Both had a last supper with his disciples. Both returned to heaven. Both will have a last battle, and both will be victorious over evil. The one thing that they don't share in common, though, is that Mithra was born on December 25th. Remember that Mithra was a deity connected to sun worship, S-U-N, worship. Now this is only the tip of the iceberg. There's lots more evidence confirming the pagan past of Christmas. Here are some facts that you may not know about the real Messiah. Number one, the Bible confirms that he was born in the fall of the year, not the winter. Number two, by the time of the Magi came to Joshua, he was a boy in his mother's home, probably near the age of 2. Also, the Bible does not mention 3 wise men, only 3 gifts. And number 3, as for the shepherds, any scholar worth his salt will confirm that shepherds are not out in the fields in the dead of winter. Christmas was and is a pagan observance that as believers we are to avoid. Paul in 2 Corinthians 6 verse 14 states that we are to make a difference and distinction in our worship. This means that we cannot worship like this world, but must worship Yahweh in spirit and truth. Well, I pray that this word has been a blessing to you, and as always we would encourage you to prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. Until next time, may Yahweh bless. Bye-bye.